Hello and welcome. Now, as promised, last weekend's Aviva Premiership semi-final rugby was action-packed, to say the least. Leicester Tigers won a fiery affair against Northampton Saints, ending their dream of a Heineken and Aviva Premiership double. And down the road in Watford, Saracens toppled Gloucester 12-10, banging over 4 penalties. It wasn't pretty, but it was effective. So the two juggernauts of the English Premiership meet in the final. Leicester Tigers against Saracens, and today we're at the Tigers to follow their road to the final. Welcome to Aviva Behind the Badge. We catch up with the man in charge of Leicester as they look to make it an unprecedented 4 consecutive Premiership titles. We run you through the Tigers' progress to success and highlight some of the season's star players. And we fire a few questions at Tom Croft. So a man who led from the front as a player is now leading from the front as coach, Richard Cockerill. It's been an interesting week in the build-up and your preparation to the Aviva Premiership final. Some distractions I'm sure you could have done without.
Yeah, a little bit, both for obviously myself and for Manu in particular. But that's the game sometimes, and that's the world we live in, and we have to deal with that and manage that.
But you as a coach, how do you manage a young man who a few days ago was voted the discovery of the season, and now this is the flip side of the coin, isn't it, for rugby?
First and foremost, you know, Manu needs to understand that he can't do that. He knows that. The second he does it, he knows he can't do that. But after that, you know, it's happened. You have to support him and educate him in those bits of the game. Your pride is there to be seen and sometimes heard as well. And the spotlight from the weekend focused on you again as getting a bit lively up in the box there. Do you accept some of the criticism that came your way? To a point. I think what I take exception with is that the descriptions of the way I behaved in some of the Sunday papers about being foul and abusive language towards Brian Campbell were incorrect. I've spoken to Brian twice yesterday, and he had no problems with the way I behaved towards him. Passionate about the game. Is that an excuse for overstepping the mark? No, but I didn't do that at the weekend. Some people would say, well, you're a professional and you need to be more controlled. Well, maybe they're right. Am I the model coach? Probably not. Am I good at what I do? Certainly. Should I react better? Well, some people will think so, and some people will think that it's fine. I mean, I'm not there to please anybody. I'm there to do my job, and I do it very well. Saracens are a good team. Look, we wanted to be in the final. We're there. We've given ourselves a fighting chance of winning it. Last year, 2 minutes to go, they're champions. 2 minutes later, we're champions. So, look, it's going to be that tight again, and the Premiership has been a fantastic spectacle once again, good and bad, as we've seen. The semi-final against Saints showed Tigers' intent. They are a team driven to succeed. They're looking at gaining a 4th Premiership title in a row and adding more silverware to the most decorated cabinet in English rugby. It's been another exemplary season for the Tigers, and as always, they've set the benchmark in English rugby. But come the 28th of May, it'll be a very tough matchup against a talented Saracens outfit who'll be looking to avenge their narrow loss last year through that late Tigers try. We run you through a few key players that will be an integral part of the team's performance in the final if they are to claim that record 10th title. We start up front in the engine room. Martin Castro Giovanni will need to set the standard and provide the power in the first 50 minutes, which he's so valuable for. The Kiwi men will have their part to play as part of the loose trio. Craig Newby and Thomas Waldron will be busy men. Waldron has been a resounding success this season and has carried the ball with pace and power. Look no further than England's international half-back pairing of Youngs and Flood. They'll need to control the flow of the big pack to the backs. Flood will need to have his kicking boots on come the big day, as all the points gained are vital and discipline will be tested around the kicking zone. But the man that most Tigers fans want to see get the ball is Alesana Tuilagi, who recently scooped the top try scorer at the Premiership Awards. It's set to be a battle of epic proportions as the Tigers are the leading try scorers this year with 67 tries, and Saracens are the top defending team. It's going to be a fitting end to a big season of top English rugby. Crofty, you're looking very relaxed and very at ease here at the training ground. We'll now try and encapsulate your entire rugby career in a very, very brief interview. Who do you think was probably the biggest influence on your rugby career so far?
Much it pains me to say, probably Cockers. Obviously, he's been my academy coach, but you know he's had a big influence, and It's hard to say it, but he's guided me well.
If you had to cook a meal for yourself and for your mates, what would the meal be?
Probably carbonara. A couple of the boys will always come around on a Friday night before a home game. Geordie Murphy can't cook, so he comes over, and then basically anyone else floating around will generally jump in the pot on that night.
And if at the end of your illustrious career they make a film about you, who would you have? Who would you have to play you?
You can't ask me that. I'll play myself.
I see a young Clint Eastwood playing you.
Oh, really?
I can see that.
I've got the eyes to it, yeah.
I think so.
I definitely agree with that.
Next week, we're at Saracens to see how they prepare for the big day. And as always, you are invited to join us right here on Aviva Behind the Badge.